Hey guys, welcome back to the Debate Hut. Today we're going to do a spoiler review on Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost from 1999. If you haven't seen the movie, then check out our non-spoiler review first, watch the movie, and then head straight back here. We've also done other Scooby-Doo reviews and content, so check that out too. But before we get started, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and do let us know down below if you have any suggestions at all. Maybe you want to see a particular Scooby-Doo movie or show review, maybe a ranking, or maybe something not Scooby-Doo related. Doesn't have to be Scooby-Doo related. So do let us know. So if you've seen Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, then I would say that they're quite similar in a sense. But personally, I don't think it's as good as this Zombie Island movie, but I thought we could explore the movie first and just review what happened. So it starts off with the gang meeting the famous horror writer, Ben Ravencroft, whom Velma is a huge fan of, and he assists them in solving a case at a museum, and he invites them to his hometown in Oakhaven, and this is where the whole thing happens. So they go to Oakhaven and they find the town has actually been converted into a tourist attraction by the mayor with 17th century replicas based on the ghost of Sarah Ravencroft, who is Ben's ancestor. So Sarah actually was persecuted as a witch and executed by the townspeople. And Ben's not happy with this because he says that Sarah was actually a Wiccan who used her herbal remedies to heal people. And he's actually been searching for her medical journal to prove her innocence. But then you know how the next part goes. I mean, if you've watched a couple of Scooby-Doo stuff, you know how it goes. They go explore, and Scooby and Shaggy get chased by the ghost of a witch, and they tell the rest of the gang, who then decide to go on a witch hunt, of course, and they actually end up finding the HEX girls. And then Fred and Daphne decide to follow Thorn, and they discover that, she's in a little area and she's actually performing a ritual. And so they're convinced that the HEX girls are actually witches. And then Velma actually manages to capture the ghost witch, and it turns out to be Mr. McKnight, who is actually Thorn's father. And they also find out that actually all of the townspeople were involved. So, yeah, it was whoa. And then was also revealed that Thorn's ritual was actually just a herbal remedy that helps to soothe her vocal cords, and that she's actually part Wiccan, which is very important for the final battle. And so, the mayor and Mr. McKnight, they apologize for Ben for using his ancestors publicity stunt, and they basically only did it to get the tourism in the town going. And they actually got the inspiration for digging up the head marker for Sarah's grave, but their body wasn't found. And the main part. So it turns out that the shoe buckle Scooby found earlier was actually the lock from the journal. So Scooby goes back to where the lock was found, digs, finds a box containing the journal, and it turns out to actually be a spell book. And then Ben actually reveals that actually Sarah was actually a witch. So she used witchcraft against the townspeople before the Wiccans actually used their nature-based powers to trap her into her own spellbook. So that actually makes Ben a warlock. And he basically planned everything from the start just so he could meet the gang. So he's very clever. He had this planned from the start. And then Ben releases Sarah, and he discovers that actually she has no loyalty to him, and she actually just wants to destroy the world, and she wants to get a revenge, and she doesn't want to rule beside him. It's that typical thing. There are some other movies and stuff that have done this, but I can't think of anything. And then Ben tries to reprison her, and she tells him that only a Wiccan can defeat her. And you see what I said before makes sense. So the gang tried to get the book back, and Sarah turns pumpkins and trees into monsters and even makes a turkey massive. And they eventually get the spell book, and Thorn, who is part Wiccan, uses their powers to imprison Sarah, but she drags Ben along and they both get imprisoned. And then a burning branch falls onto the book and it incinerates it. And so the Ravencrofts can never return. So Ben and Sarah are truly locked forever in that spell book. And everybody celebrates, of course, with a concert from the HEX girls. So yeah, I mean, the main thing for me, like why I preferred Zombie Island was that I feel like Zombie Island had a lot of like really big, like couldn't really see it coming twists. Like I feel like the only big twist in this was that Ben actually was a bad guy. I feel like that was really the only twist that really got me, like whoa. So yeah, so if you haven't watched Zombie Island, watch that. Highly recommend it. But the movie is good. It's not the worst one out of the lot. It was a really nice introduction to the Hex girls, who are absolutely amazing. And yeah, the only issue I had, and this is also why I prefer Zombie Island, was that I feel like the ending was a bit rushed. I thought that like the witch fight was a little lacking, that it just didn't have that oomph. Like it felt a bit rushed. But thinking about it, I'm not really sure what they could have done. But it was an okay ending. It wasn't an amazing ending. So yeah, to me, the movie was good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the best. It is one of the better ones that they've done. And it's definitely a decent watch. So you should definitely watch it if you haven't already, and if you're a Scooby-Doo fan. But yeah.
This is one of the films I watched a lot when I was young, along with Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? And I just thought these two were like kind of like my favorite films to watch repeatedly. And I don't know why, but I was quite the opposite to you, Emily, because I thought the Mr. Knight, who was actually the witch, was kind of predictable for me. And unpredictable. Oh no, I think it was unpredictable for me.
Wait,
But
I
the
was, I
ending
was
when
talking
Ben
about.
reveals who he was in the end, I thought that was predictable because you just knew, like, when you see like a stranger coming up to the gang, and they act innocent, you kind of suspect they're not. They got a hidden agenda. So, but I really enjoyed it because first of all, the Hex Girls were fantastic. I used to sing their song all the time when I was a girl. Even when it's not Halloween, I just love singing it. Um, yeah, but I thought it was really cool. It wasn't horrifying, but it was just scary in a way. Like it wasn't meant to spook out kids so much, but it was a good scare, and I really liked it. And yeah, I didn't mind much about the ending. I do get what you mean, Emily, because I rewatched it recently, and I just thought, yeah, it did seem a bit rush, but I thought it was just simple, and I thought it was easy going, and I just really enjoyed it. It was a not because I get what you mean about Zombie Island, that there was lots of twists, and for this it did feel a bit predictable, but I thought it was still a good Scooby-Doo story. And yeah, because it was one of my childhood favorites. Well, one of the childhood films I love to watch repeatedly. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching this. We really hope you enjoy watching our review. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the film. Whether do you like it? Was it something that you didn't like? Was it better than Zombie Island? Say it and let us know. And if there are any suggestions, doesn't have to be a Scooby-Doo film, tell us. And check our social accounts, Twitter and Instagram. If you follow us, we will follow you back. That's a promise. And check out other videos on our channel. We do reactions to Disney and Marvel, other reviews, not just Scooby-Doo, again, other films. And we also do pranks and games, the whole lot. Check them out. And please subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. And till next time, bye.
Bye.